Hey everyone, it's Casey here. Just a little update on our Mymedicare check. So this is a video of how it's working within our test environment. Essentially, what we need to do is we need to connect your MBS Pro to your Proda organization. This is done via the settings, and we'll do a whole video on how you do this. So don't worry too much about how it works. Probably the key thing to understand is that because of the access that we have with Service Australia and Proda, inputting these organization IDs and organization site IDs allows us to do a whole heap of cool other features, which we'll be releasing videos on in the upcoming days as we go up to DHF and Practice Owners Conference. But this is your organization ID and your site ID. These are available within Proda. So don't worry too much about how do you get access to them. I can show you, we'll have another video. But the key thing is that this opens up a whole heap of cool different things. So we can check your Mymedicare, we can register things up to Mymedicare via this check in our next iteration. There's a whole heap of clinical stuff that we can do, which again, we'll talk about. So the way that you do it is you input those things within your settings. You then go to your waiting room. So you've probably seen our waiting room function, which essentially has cards for all the patients that are within MBS Pro, as in it's synced from your PMS, and then we do a whole heap of cool things like show you billing opportunities for the day, estimated appointment times, which you can see across the top, and then the new thing we're adding then is the Mymedicare status check. So this will check all your patients within your waiting room. It'll tell you if they've been checked, if they're registered with your organization, or if they're registered with, not registered with your organization. The relevance of this is that you need to be registered with Mymedicare to bill certain items, as in if a patient is registered at a different organization, then you would not be able to bill it. This might be a problem if, for example, you're the regular GP and then a patient goes and sees a different clinic and they get registered there, come back and see you. Clearly, you wouldn't be able to do your care plan, etc. So what that means is that we can go here and refresh your Mymedicare status, and then it'll check everyone in the waiting room, and there you go, your Mymedicare is registered at this practice. So the first iteration of this is we're just doing our checks. The second iteration, which we're working on, is that if that patient was not registered, we could send them a text and it would register straight into your Proda. So this is something we're working on with Service Australia. All right, hopefully that makes sense. Thanks everyone, bye.